It's Week 13 of the 2042 season, and we'll get a look at this team's sure-handed wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one. And
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto Ball Club as they enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for our visiting Memphis Ball Club, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them. Now in his 8th year in the NFL.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 71 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
Up the middle they go. It's George. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. 3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. On 1st down, it's George. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Call that a gain of 11.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. George. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. On the handoff, McLaughlin. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Right back to him on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
In motion, the tight end. They go play action here on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Back to throw now on first down. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Hunter. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
2nd and 13. He finds his man, complete. That's sharp. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run on first down. It's George. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 4. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. And the slot man goes in motion left. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. When you look at this defense, they are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's sharp. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he's got it. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Hunter. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. When you look at this defense, they've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
This now a 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Hunter. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. The give is to McLaughlin. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll look to throw now on first down.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. That's second down.
Looking to throw.
Hunter. That's into the hands of McLaughlin.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A 10-play drive that time. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
A carry from McLaughlin.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And he can't escape, and down he goes. That will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The slot man in motion right. They're going to look to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. On the ground, here's McLaughlin.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down. Hunter.
That is caught.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
They'll run. It's McLaughlin.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Hunter.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll send the tight end in motion. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he makes the catch off the tip by the safety.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring. Here's McLaughlin.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's George. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll set up to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken on the 25.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. I know we can't do a mind meld and really know exactly what he was thinking, but I didn't see an open receiver there. Maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away, if you will. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Looking to throw. Hunter.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Back to throw. Hunter. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hunter.
A short throw pulled in by Woods.
It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
He finds his man. Complete. It's McLaughlin. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
2nd down and a yard.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Love. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. McLaughlin. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Back to throw. Hunter. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Hunter. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Looking to throw. Hunter. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a give right side. It's McLaughlin, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Back to throw. Hunter. Throw left side complete. That's Scott. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Right side, he has Johnston.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's sharp. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
From the gun on 3rd down, Hunter. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
I tell you what, 3rd and 10, you look over, and you've got that punt team getting loose on the sideline, so that puts added importance on this play. You certainly don't want to see them on the field, and after a couple of incompletions, 3rd time's the charm as they get the hook up here and pick up the 1st down.
Quick slant here to Woods.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the 38-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Off play action. Hunter.
Looking for Woods again, and he finds him.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. In motion goes the tight end. From the gun on third down, Hunter. And that is incomplete. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, George, a nice little juke, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Bailey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to Toronto as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Back to throw now on first down.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Slot man moves right. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game.
So a big decision there to go on 4th down. Gets him not only the first, but gets him the touchdown as well.
And Brandon, you and I know that all these coaches tell us if every play is executed the way it's designed, it goes for a touchdown. But let's be honest, they were shooting for the first down on that one, and boy, were they fortunate to take it all the way in.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Toronto's offense ready to take over. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. They go play action here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hunter. Right side complete. That's Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down. Up the middle they go. McLaughlin, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Third and 3.
Back to throw. Hunter.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a handoff up the middle. It's McLaughlin.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
That'll be caught left side by Woods.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hunter. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Hunter. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And this one is right through. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, it's George.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 6.
Back to throw here.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
They'll set up a throw.
That is caught.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown. A big play there. 53 yards. And his guys are going to retake the lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 5. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Hunter. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Back to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here's 2nd and 3.
He'll look to throw.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's George. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. George. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a first down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory.
Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Memphis, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Toronto, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week